drawn to the class.
I'm all ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, where last we left our heroes, they fought their way out of the. What they had come to find was probably Rossler's tomb, the sealed tomb that Rossler was never actually buried in. You guys ran into some Celadons. You met some Might royalty, and you had to fight some Ostavites. So there's like 3 different factions in there. You guys actually left with on pretty good terms with the Celadons, though. I think you were able to like convince them that you guys weren't there as grave robbers or anything. Not that you guys didn't find some stuff there. You guys did also pass like a puzzle basically to get Rossler's armor, and I believe one of you has a silver sword that he had fought a Gorgon with.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which I will be using.
Yeah. So after you got out, though, you were probably surprised to find that you weren't actually in Rossler's coffer after all. When you looked around, you're within like this like giant. It's not like Rossler's coffer has a graveyard, but you're not actually in Rossler's coffer's graveyard. You're in like a much bigger graveyard that expands out across the horizon. There are like ridges and cliffs and stuff around too, and you can see that you're kind of like right now in like something of a valley. Like there's like mountains around you, but and I think somebody made the check already because they were able to identify primarily off of the moon-shaped Grotus hanging in the air above you that you guys are in the Deadlands, the realm of Pharasma. So it's like you didn't step into. I mean, you probably weren't necessarily expecting to step out into daylight, but you don't really exactly step into light either. It's like kind of this twilight. There actually is quite a bit of light, but it's definitely not like daylight. But yeah, there's like a lot of light coming off of Grotus, and
So you're saying if
you
I'm
can
a
see.
vampire, I'll be okay? I won't.
Yeah, you'd be fine if you were a
Yeah,
vampire.
okay.
And you see, there's like it looks like stars above, but they're not. None of them make any sort of constellations that any of you would have been familiar with, unless perhaps you have studied the astral plane a lot.
No, that would be
But
Tiki.
I don't know if anybody. Let's see, who did have the knowledge planes? Because Irian had knowledge plane.
Yeah, it was me.
But yeah, he's probably not like nobody has like a really absurdly like plus 12 or something like knowledge planes. So I'm gonna probably assume that nobody's like very familiar with the. But yeah, like I said, some of you are able to identify like where you're at.
I have a plus 10. It's not 12, but pretty good.
Oh, that's because you leveled up, right?
Yeah, now that I leveled up, now I know more.
I know a little something about religion.
Oh yeah, last time you
now.
actually rolled it untrained because I think I said it was like a DC 10. So I was like, everybody can roll this.
I think I put 2 points into it because we're on a different plane.
Yeah.
It's like, this seems relevant to put points in now.
And as you are taking in the surroundings, you do see that there is a figure approaching you.
Oh.
All right.
I hold my weapon out, but not in a threatening way, just in a, hey, don't get too close. I'm a little sketched out right now. You guys are like trying to explain to me what the Deadlands are, and I'm just like, eh?
The creature you see looks has like the torso, arms and legs of a skeleton,
Oh
like a
shit.
normal human skeleton, but instead of a normal head that you might expect, it looks like it has one that is shaped like perhaps a bird's with a beak and a bronze mask covering the upper part of it. It is also carrying with it a scythe with a greenish blade on the end of it or on the top of it.
Hmm.
Also accompanying it, you see that there is a small bird also wearing a very similar mask riding on its shoulder. Anybody who has knowledge planes can roll that to identify what these creatures are as they approach.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I
probably
know,
know.
but Sesha don't
Yeah,
know.
Irian knows that these are psychopomps,
Okay.
and with that roll, would probably know specifically what type of psychopomps they are.
Mm.
That one of them, the small one is an Nasoi psychopomp, and the larger one is a Vanth.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
obviously I share that with the party. Like everyone knows this, of course.
Okay,
yeah,
but are they threatening? Are they gonna harm us?
no, they don't. You see that they you see that the Vanth has a scythe, but is holding it like in one hand, basically,
Okay.
like trying to in a very like not threatening pose as much as you can be with a giant scythe.
I'll hear them out.
And
Maybe we
as
can
they
get
get
some
closer,
answers.
the little bird-like creature speaks.
Yeah.
Says, "Oh, isn't this a meeting of obvious fortuitousness? Here you are, and here we are. My name is Umbul, and my silent companion here is named Thoot." Thoot nods and doesn't say anything. "We mean you no harm, despite the strange harmaments you seem to have already suffered. Yes, yes, this is the land of the dead, and no, you aren't dead yourselves.
Oh.
You seem to be something of a special case. You seem a touch too vitalitness for this place."
Hmm.
What?
Vitalitness, yes, yes. Very much vitality.
Oh.
You're too alive to be here. But don't worry, we're not going to try
Don't fix
to
that.
we're not going to try to fix that in we're going to try to fix that by helping you get out of here, not try to fix it the other way. Yes, right? And Thoot nods. What are your names, if you don't mind me asking?
Well,
I am
I'm
Seshra
Irian.
of the Red Hunt. I say proudly.
Ah.
Hero.
Irian, okay.
This is the same day that we left off on, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you guys had just stepped
Okay.
out, and it's like a minute
Yeah,
after
we
you
haven't
guys have stepped
rested
out of the tomb,
since the
basically.
tomb.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you guys
I
haven't rested
step
since you leveled up either.
I step forward and I say, I am Abdel the Brave. I am actually dead, but I'm inhabiting this live one's body.
Oh. Well,
She's been gracious enough to let me stay as a host and to aid the rest of these wanderers.
I see, I see. Well, as long as it's just a temporary arrangement, we wouldn't like you to
Temporary and consensual.
very good, very good.
Okay.
Yes,
But she does do like a and says, "Oh, hello. Yes, I'm Shirley, the medium," and then she goes back to.
okay. Well, I don't suppose to you it's as clear the wonderment that it is to look upon you. Yes, your hearts have something lodged inside them, something that's brought you here, but kept you from doing so in the orthodoximus fashion. I cannot help but ruminate. What has caused your strange condition? What do you think, Thoot? Yes, Thoot, that is interesting. That's an interesting idea.
I feel Doth should elaborate further.
Yeah, okay, so you don't see it then. Well, there's some sort of, like I said, something lodged in your chest, and to us, it's very bright, very obvious, but it seems to, I don't know, interfere with how your soul would normally function. I don't know. Maybe it's related to. That's what Thoot was speculating. Is perhaps it's related to what the tragedy that befell the town. I believe the spirits over there said it was called Rossler's Coffer. Yes. But yes, it's
What
very
trend?
obvious for us. There's a longitudinous of your makeup. Yes, that's probably the best way to describe it in a way that makes sense, I think.
Well, it don't
Makes
make sense to
absolutely no
me.
sense. Yeah. And my guy says, "What tragedy?" Last week, it was
I'm afraid I don't really know exactly. It was a bit of a situation when we tried last speaking with those from Ross's Coffer. I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest, but you know what, Thoot? That's a very good idea. You are from Ross's Coffer, is what I'm guessing, right? Am I wrong?
Indeed.
The fake one.
That's where I was last at before here.
yeah.
Perfect. Good.
And
Then perhaps you could help us. And if you can, we can help you in turn, helping you get back to the material plane, as it were. Can provide you with helpful information about wending you in a homewardly direction, you might say. Now, I don't know the specifics, but some awful tragedy befell this Ross's Coffer, and everyone there died quite suddenly overnight.
Oh
Well,
shit!
everybody except you, obviously. But in any case, the sum of the populatory has deposited here, dead or otherwise, and their souls are milling about in that valley over there behind us. You can't really see into it, but it's around that cliff over there. And as happens to such calamitous occasions, the inhabitants aren't quite ready to admit that they've died, despite their obvious immortality.
Oh god. Okay.
Now, Thoot and I, we're not psychopomps in the greatest esteem. One might say we're on our last chances around here, but because these souls have arrived in our territory, it's our duty to make them accept their mortality and move them along in a soulwardly direction. But they took one look at us and called us monsters and accosted us with homicidal intent, and they wouldn't allow any discussion. So eventually, a more powerful psychopomp will be along to settle this, but Thoot and I would be in a bit of trouble if that were to happen. If so we're hoping maybe you could help us. If you can convince these souls that that they've expired as until the recent event of their passing that you somehow avoided, uh, maybe you can talk to them like more easily since you're from there. Then we will tell you about the dead roads, the roads from the boneyard to the mortal worlds. Do we have a deal?
Hold on. Let me confer with my my allies.
So all we need to do is convince these things that they're dead. These dead creatures that they're dead.
Some of you guys are
Tell
from
us
here,
the way
right?
out.
Do you have family members
about-
that just died? Because like everybody's dead who was there.
we need to convince.
I have someone that owed me like 20 gold for there's someone that owed Shirley 20 gold for a reading.
Oh, there we go. Let's go find that
So,
person.
Yeah, I think it's important that we go and find that person.
Time to collect before
Yeah.
they go for realsies.
Mm. Yeah. I just want to get back to the real world.
Okay. You guys trust these things? I don't know. They look
We
What's
I think
We
what do we
only
trusted-
have to
Irian
trust about
knows
them?
knows that they're psychopomp. So I
I
told you they are.
shared that
Yeah,
information.
but
Yeah.
Irian's
when
the
they
only one
came
that
up.
probably necessarily knows.
We trusted the
psychopomp
ones
is.
where we just came from, so
Yeah,
why
I'll
not
tell
trust
you
these
that
ones?
they, these.
What don't you trust about them, Seshra?
They're
It's like it looks like a skeleton.
yeah, they don't look alive.
Well, you're a talking cat.
Wolf.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And I am a halfling possessed by a horse.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing in itself.
Everything here seems completely normal.
Are they evil?
Oh no, certainly
No.
not psychopomps.
Yeah, Irian would know that psychopomps generally tend to be true neutral. If they do,
Mm.
lean in any particular alignment outside of neutral, they typically lean lawful.
Mhm. Well, I mean, if they know where the roads are. Wait, what? They just want us to convince souls to move on, right? That's it? That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
seems easy enough.
Let's do it. Yeah. The souls should move on. Yes. It's sad
so
that
you-
they all had to die, though. What caused that? Do we know? We don't know.
Well, everyone dies.
Yeah, but at once
Yes.
in an entire city at the same time.
By the sounds of it, everyone dies except for us.
Haven't you heard of Aslant?
Yeah, except for us. Okay.
Let's get moving. Guys, like,
So you turn back and
So
tell
the,
them
the
that you're...
so the psychopomps, they'll show us a way back to the mortal realm
Yeah, there's some road that goes to the mortal realm.
if we do this.
Mhm.
Correct.
Well, what if we're not successful at convincing them that they're dead?
We'll have to try our best.
You ask them that?
Plan
I do.
B.
Well, like I said, if eventually another psychopomp will a more strong one will show up and fix everything themselves, they'll probably help you as well, I suppose. But well, I don't know if they'll have the same agreement as we're offering. They might decide to solve your problem in a
Literally.
more extreme way.
Oh.
In a more extreme way. What do you mean?
In a way that involves
dick slashing.
using means of violence, perhaps ending your life rather than letting you leave.
So right
will
now,
be right
the
back.
situation is if we can convince them that they're dead, then you will show us a way back to the living that doesn't involve violence.
Yes.
I don't. Maybe they are evil, you guys.
I could find out. In a
Besides that, I need the ritual takes a bit of time and setup to get you onto the dead roads, and heading somewhere that is reasonable for where you want to go, because you can get almost anywhere in your land. What do they call it? Yes, Galarian. You can get almost anywhere in Galarian using the dead roads, but if you don't use precise instruments, you could end up in not the right place. So we'll look into that for you and get it all set up. And in the meantime, you can try to convince the people of this Rosser's coffer that they're supposed to be mortal and not that they've already expired, as it were.
I mean, we're not doing anything else, at least until the other psychopomp shows up, so could at
Yeah, we
least
got
go
nothing else
talk
going
to
on.
these spirits.
Yeah, I promise you that Thoot and I mean you no harm, and Thoot, in fact, is possessed by a reluctance for physical engagement.
What?
She's quite the heartbreaker, though, as you can plainly see.
Oh my god.
Thoot kind of looks bashfully away.
I look at her, and I feel some kindred bond to that, and I say, you know, as still as Abdel, but speaking for Shirley, I could understand what it's like to break some spirits' hearts, having them enter your body, having a great time, and then having to say goodbye.
Yes, well, saying goodbye is a natural part of existence.
Yep, goodbye, and I
Uh.
start walking the other way.
Oh,
All right.
I start walking towards where they want us to go.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically there's kind of like a pass through the cliffs, kind of behind from where they came from. They basically came from the shadow version of, or the Deadlands version of Rosser's Coffer.
Yeah.
So yeah, assuming everybody else goes along,
Mhm.
as they say, like how they, or as they had described it, basically they said kind of around the bluff up ahead that
All right.
you would find a valley that had like basically a fake Rosser's Coffer sort of, and it is kind of as they described. You get around it and you see you're emerging from where the kind of like where the graveyard might be, and you actually kind of emerge maybe within what would have been the graveyard,
Mm.
and you see up ahead what does sort of look like a ruined version of Rosser's Coffer. Like it has kind of like, I think there's a, yeah, the small valley stretches out beyond this rocky pass, and winding strands of gray trees and tumble down walls mirror the layout of Rosser's Coffer, with simple trails in the place of roads. In addition, you see softly glowing figures, some of them with familiar faces, wandering about, apparently going about their daily routine as if nothing is wrong.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, why don't we split up? And we'll all go talk to somebody.
Sure, that's good. But what about Irem and Seshra? You were you guys living in here? I've never seen you around here before.
No, I don't know anybody here. I was
Oh,
actually
oh.
hunting.
Same.
Maybe you guys should go with Irian and Kestra, because they're locals. I'm also local, and I can take care of myself.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Hmm.
out of character, I think the best thing to do is put the high charisma characters separate from each other, and then anybody who wants to
Yeah.
assist, maybe go with the charisma characters.
I am a charisma character.
Yeah, as I am. Yeah. Who else is?
So am I,
Anybody else?
technically.
Dude,
I have a
Google
pretty
like
decent-
responded to me for some reason. It just started like I don't.
Oh,
What did I say? I don't know. It was just
Well,
started.
both Irem and Seshra have charisma, then
Yeah.
doesn't it work out then if Kestra goes with Irem and Irian goes with Seshra?
Yeah, if that's
Sure.
what
Because the
our
3 charisma
Mhm.
characters are Irem, Seshra, and Shirley. So as long as we're not together, then that covers the most ground.
yeah, I
Mhm.
think so. Okay.
Sound good? Sorry, I'm like in the middle of eating.
No
yeah,
problem.
no worries.
Come here, kitty. All right, my cat's gonna roll the diplomacy for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you guys split up? Where exactly do you go? Do you just go talk to like the first people closest that are closest to the graveyard?
I'm gonna go find 3
I do.
specific people.
Okay. So Shirley's got someone in particular that she, some ones in fact that she wants to talk to.
Yeah.
Who's going with who?
Yeah, that's what I need to know is like who's going where basically.
I think I'm going with Seshra.
And I suggested that Kester go with Urim.
All right.
Okay.
Because you guys are the locals. You can tell
Yeah.
Urim and Seshra where to go.
And where are you going?
First I'm gonna go visit Fergus because he owes me $20.
Okay. So you have
And I
a
want to make sure that
personal
when we get back to the
yeah.
living world, I know where to find his $20.
Okay.
Okay.
So. Hmm.
Okay, so where do you have anywhere particular in this town that you'd say that Fergus lives in, or do you want me to just pick a spot?
Yeah, Fergus was whatchamacallit? He was a gardener.
Okay. So he probably lived in the north end of town.
Yeah, and he's been married many times. He's a widower of
Mm.
7. I've never
geez.
asked him why he has so many dead wives, but he
No.
keeps asking me to check in on them.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
I've been doing him a service because he's always so distraught like every other week. But he owes me so much gold.
Yeah, understandable. Okay. So Shirley's on her way to the north end of town to go talk with Fergus.
And it would be really funny if all 7 of his wives were somehow here too.
Yeah. Aram will say, "Why don't you two," pointing at gosh, can't, I don't know, Shashra and how do you say your name, Zurdurium?
Irian.
Irian. He says, "Why don't you two go talk to the religious people?
Oh, well,
You might be able to convince them a little bit easier."
where would those people potentially be? Where was the church? I don't remember.
I don't know.
So you would know that there is they don't have like an actual like temple necessarily. The closest thing
Mhm.
to a church is there is the schoolhouse, which also kind of functions as a church, as like a shrine to Abadar.
Oh, okay.
You also know that the mayor is a worshiper of Abadar as well.
Oh, of course. Well, yeah,
He looked.
that's
But
fine.
yeah,
I'll
Ross's Copper
head
doesn't
over
have
there.
like a local cleric or anything like that.
Hence why everybody's dead.
Perhaps.
And
The
then he
religious
looked.
leader is the graveyard tender, which is Ron's character.
Yeah.
Not maybe not, but Kestra, right? Yeah, that's Ron's
Yeah.
character's name.
And then he
But
asked,
yeah,
Shashra,
so you'd
where
know
do you
that
think?
that would be like the closest thing that the town has to like a religious leader would be like the shrine of Abadar / school, and then maybe the mayor.
Right.
Like the mayor
he would-
leads like the Abadar holiday religious like ceremonies for like major holidays or whatever. So where would you like to go then?
He looked at Kestra. Where do you recommend?
This is people that were living and now they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lead them to just a random person's house that I know should be alive or would have been alive.
Okay. So you just go into like one of the closest like houses to
Yeah.
the graveyard here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then which one was Seshra going to? You guys are looking for like a religious leader. Which one do you guys settle on then?
Wherever
Out of
the
two
religious
options?
people typically would congregate at.
Well, like I said, they don't really have like the closest. I guess we could say the mayor maybe then. Like they don't. There's not like a temple.
Sure, the
Mm.
mayor. We'll go to
Okay.
the mayor. Or at least wherever the mayor might be.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So Kestra, so is Irian with
I'm
or
with Seshra.
Oh, so Iram's with Kestra then. Okay, so Iram and
Yeah.
Kestra are going to do get to where they're going first because they're just going to like one of the close houses.
Hmm.
You knock on the door?
Yeah.
And
He
they answer.
he kind of
They recognize
steps
like
back.
Kestra.
Yeah. That.
What? Something I could do for you?
Give me 1 sec. He says, "Yeah. Do you have time to talk?"
I guess so. Some weird weather going on, so can't do my normal job. Something strange going on with the vegetation too.
Yeah. He says, "I might know something about that. Do you mind stepping outside? And I could show you something."
Sure.
And he looks. He like points towards the giant moon that's up in the sky. He says, "From what I've heard from others, we're on the what is it? The Deadless plane or
The boneyard.
the Boneyard. We're in the afterlife, place between you pass away and then the like in between, basically."
He just shakes his head. He says, "What are you talking about? That makes no sense."
I can't explain it either. I arrived here not knowing how I came to be here, but the entities or the beings that live in this world or this place commune and help those that have passed on to the next help souls move on. And it seems that everyone in Wrestler's Coffer is it's that time. They just don't know it. And he'll roll diplomacy, like trying to
Okay, you're gonna have to
talk
roll
to
in
him.
regardless.
Yeah.
He looks at Kester. He's like,
And-
"You know this guy?"
Just met him, but he's right,
And he
mate.
says,
So he convinced you then. Okay, let me see. Kester, you're trying to assist with this as well.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll to try to
Yeah.
do aid another? Okay. After let's see, I need you to make one other roll as well. I
Mhm.
need you to roll. Okay, I need you to roll a d10.
Oh.
eat.
Okay. So it takes you like 8 minutes basically
Of talking to him.
of talking to him to convince. So you have gotten one person convinced out of the 270 people of Russell's Coffer.
And, okay. He says, he says, I know
You're right.
it's,
He kind of like leans back against like his house, although to you it just looks like it doesn't look like his house. It just looks like a
Yeah.
like a ruin.
and he says, he looks at him, he says, I know it's a hard thing to process, but if you can help us convince the others in here of what's happened, it might make their bring peace to their souls. And
Okay, but I need to go. I need to go like sit down for a bit. He goes back
yeah,
into his home.
yep.
All right. And then
He
we'll
looks
go
at
to
Kestra. He looks
Shirley.
at Kestra. Next.
Yeah. Shirley gets up into the north end of town while this is happening, up to where Fergus lives. Who's a gardener. And he is out, you think, trying to tend to his garden, although to you it looks like he's just milling about in mostly barren soil. Is Matt there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. So his garden, it has 7 different whatchamacallit, arrangements of flowers, each one for one of
Yes.
his past wives.
And you would know that, but you'd also know that in this version of it, he doesn't have those. Although it seems as though he maybe does see the arrangements because like I said, he's milling about as though he's like tending to a garden that just isn't there.
Yeah.
At least not to your eyes.
Yeah, I approach him and I tell him, Fergus, we gotta talk.
I'm busy right now. Yeah, very busy as you can tell. Yep. Maybe talk about this some other time.
Nope, I can't wait. I have to call your tab.
Uh, you know, things have been a little rough. Those other gardeners been kind of, encroaching on my regular customers a bit. Money's tight right now.
I tell him that, well, in that case, I have some good news for you. The money isn't going to be burning a hole in your pocket anymore.
What do you mean by that?
I tell him that you're 6 feet under, Fergus.
I am not.
No, I tell him like you're 6 feet under. Because he's like tending to like one of his things with the garden. He's in a hole.
And he says, "Oh, but I'm not."
I tell him that, well, I tell you that you need to start digging your own grave, but you don't need to do that
Of course I don't.
because you're already dead.
No, I'm not.
Haven't you wondered? Weren't you thinking about coming to see me to speak to channel your wives?
Maybe.
Well, I can't do it here.
What do you mean?
I can't contact them because we're there.
He like looks at you and he says, "You look funny right now. Maybe you're dead."
Oh no, I am dead. Uh, this is Abdel, the brave.
Is that
Shirley's
why you're
body is alive though.
Is that why you're glowing so weird?
Oh, that's something that I can't explain.
So you're telling me that I'm dead. What am I supposed to do about it?
You get to go see your loved ones in the afterlife.
All right, go ahead and roll a diplomacy check.
Sure.
Okay. He seems indignant to this information and says, "I think there's no way that's true. You're lying. You're a ghost or some sort of specter." And he starts like freaking out. Like
I tell him to
he just
calm
starts
down.
screaming. He's like, ah!
That you need to tell me where your
There's
money
an
is,
evil. The
so that I can
Whispering
collect
Way is
on your debt.
here.
Uh-oh.
And then his form starts like flashing before you.
Oh, neat.
I don't think you're getting your money back.
I'm getting it back one way or another.
Oh, okay.
And then after several after maybe like a couple minutes of him doing that, he calms down and he goes back to just milling about in his garden.
That was weird.
At some point, he looks up and sees you and says, "Oh, Shirley, I didn't know you were there."
Oh.
And it seems as though he has completely forgotten your past conversation.
Interesting.
All right. While that's happening, Seshra, you make your way closer to the center of town,
Mhm.
which is also actually the mayor lives near the center of town and is fairly close to the inn you were staying in. And yeah, you guys make your way into the. She's got like a office kind of on the ground floor.
Okay.
And she's down there like at kind of sitting at like what might be a what couldn't theoretically be a like desk maybe, but like to her, you think to maybe to her it looks like a desk, but to you it just looks like she's sitting at like a rock or something.
Mhm. Okay.
But she looks up when you come in, and she recognizes. So wait, who's with you? Is it Irian's with you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
She would probably. I think she would probably recognize Irian, although she doesn't. I don't think she knows him that well because he's mostly spends a lot of his time actually outside of town. Although he has a home in town close to the river, right? If I remember right.
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
But yeah, so she's seen you before. You've maybe gone to some of the like holiday celebrations, perhaps.
Yeah, I have to
And
see my beer river in the works.
so she says, "Good to see you, Irian. Who's your friend here?"
Oh, this is Seshra.
I am Seshra of the Red Hunt. Mayor, we have some important news to speak to you about.
She kind of looks up at you. There's actually a picture for her too.
Oh, okay.
I haven't uploaded it on here. Let me see if
An
I can get it to you.
important NPC. Or not really. Maybe she is.
Aha, here we go. So yeah, she says, "Well, what is it? There's been a lot of strange things going on today."
Yes, indeed, there has been. Well, allow me to introduce myself. I am not from here, but I found myself in the company of some of your citizens earlier, and only to discover that we are not in Galarian anymore. That may be why you're experiencing different things. Haven't you noticed outside looks different?
No, it all looks the same to me.
I see. Well, a very unfortunate situation has fallen upon the entire. Is it just a village?
Pretty much, yeah, or
Yeah.
town.
Town, village, okay. Of your village. And I hate to break it to you, but I believe you all have passed away. Now, I know that sounds strange, but I have spoken to some. I look it over at Irian because he probably knows more about this. Psychopomps? She tries to like say it correctly. looking at him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
That work when I hit the show players.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah, I see it. Oh
Yeah,
God. Okay.
The
That's
two psychopomps said
You see
that.
too, she's got the little key of Abadar on her on
Yeah.
like her little shirt.
Yep.
I don't know why, but I like immediately thought of like Wizard of Oz or something. I'm like, she looks like she's like from Oz or some. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, so she listens to you with like her full attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the psychopomps told us that everyone here is dead, though they don't know it yet. We
Okay.
thought it best to start with you and see how you want to handle the situation.
Go ahead and roll a diplomacy check, and one of you may aid the other.
Yeah.
I'm just helping.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
Sestra's probably the primary because she's got charisma.
And I'll add on that like I just want
not
to
helping.
see all of you guys at peace, and I would hate to see you stuck in this unfortunate limbo between life and your final resting. Where's my character sheet?
Wherever you left it.
Yeah, I don't.
It's always in the last place you look.
I don't know. I have so many windows open. All right. Oh, wrong tab. Okay, there we go. Not the
Be
best.
careful, nothing blows away.
Oh.
Is that really my
Because you have all the
score?
windows open.
Okay. She doesn't seem entirely convinced. But she also doesn't freak out the way Fergus does.
I'm just checking to see if that's correct. It is correct. What does this do? What will this do? No,
She has a
that's
somewhat similar reaction in some ways to the way Fergus reacted. Not that you guys would
Mhm.
know that in character. In that
Yeah.
she says, that doesn't seem right. And if anything, you seem like maybe your spirits. To me, you guys have this strange glow. Like maybe you're otherworldly.
Well, to this place we are. We actually don't belong here because we are still alive. I know it sounds strange.
All right, no, I'll probably have you guys make another check here in a minute, but we're gonna go back to Kestra and Iram. Do you guys just continue on to like another house and try to like just convince the town one by one?
Hmm. What do you think, Felix or Akestra?
Felix. I mean, that went better than expected. Maybe we should try and find somebody bigger.
Bigger than the
You
mayor?
guys-
No, they're not. They weren't the ones that talked to the mayor. They just talked to a
Oh.
random person that lived close to the
Oh,
okay.
graveyard. Who
Should
was
we go help?
actually like, I guess Kestra would know that he's normally like a trapper. Like he normally goes in the forest and sets like traps to catch like foxes
Trapping.
and rabbits and stuff.
He says maybe we should go talk to that mayor, or
Okay.
the innkeeper. The innkeeper probably knows a lot of people too.
All right, let's go to the innkeeper.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So you guys actually gonna go to the same part of
Mhm.
town that that the mayor's in, actually, because the inn's like right near
Okay.
where the mayor's house is.
Yeah.
All right. What does like so you guys walk in there maybe and you guys would actually probably see, because these are ruins, you would see when you guys are approaching the inn, you would actually see Seshra and Irian like trying to convince the mayor.
The mayor.
And her kind of looking at them very skeptically.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not going too well.
He'll I guess Do I decide to go over or just keep going? He'll go over. He'll walk over to them. Because that was, and he'll say, "You have any luck?" He'll like wave. I guess he'll wave one of them over, and ask him that like in private.
Oh, us? I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
having much luck. No.
No. I
I'd say
did
keep.
hear like I'm curious though because the mayor seems to think we're the dead ones and they don't see all the devastation. Like they don't see any changes. Everything looks normal to them. In fact, she was sitting at a
We
desk that wasn't even there.
he said we said we had luck with he looks at Castro. What was his name again?
What was
Or
his name?
we
Joe?
Go ahead and make a name up. What was his name?
Yeah.
He lived close to the graveyard.
Joseph?
Joseph.
Oh, but he
We
was
had luck
probably
with,
just a simpleton though.
hey, you get luck with one, they might tell others, but yeah, he seemed as well. He seemed like there's nothing wrong. But it might be that this place they're not accepting their fate, so they might not see the truth of it yet.
See the truth of it. Yeah. So how do we get them?
He says maybe bring up her faith and see if her God's answering her.
Abaddon?
Mhm.
Abadar.
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 All right. What does Shirley do while this is going? Is she going to keep trying to convince Fergus, or does she want to go visit one of her other two people that she was planning to visit?
But
Is Matt not there?
Oh yeah, here I am. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep trying to convince him because he's acting weird now. No, I'm gonna
Alright.
go to another one of my personal acquaintances,
Okay.
a friend of mine. I guess she could live kind of anywhere. It's one of Shirley's poker buddies.
Okay.
It's an old elf named Eldeth.
Okay. We'll say he also lives on the north side of town. Maybe not. Maybe like the other road over or something.
Yeah, I'll go visit him.
His name's Eldeth.
Yeah, Eldeth.
Okay.
Yeah, Eldeath.
All right. Got
That's Spanish for the death.
The death.
it. Surely I'll be able to convince him that he's dead.
Yeah.
Sir, your name literally means death. It has death in it. All right. You make your way over to him.
Yeah. I usually pop into his place without without like asking him to come over.
Yeah.
So I step into his home to see if he's there. Oh, also I think I'm going to no, that'll be fine. Never mind. Yeah, I step in and I guess I'm just gonna have Shirley be the dominant personality right now. I don't have to
Yep.
dismiss the current spirit.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, he's there. He usually is because as an elf, he kind of tends to he tends to take things kind of slow.
Yeah, he was a professor somewhere else in another city, and he's basically retired and living here.
Yeah.
And I ask him, hey, Eld, have you noticed anything weird going on?
He looks at you kind of with a somber look and says, "Yes, we're dead, aren't we?"
I say, are you sure about that?
No,
Because
but
I'm glowing.
I guess you are.
I was wondering if you
Then
could tell me what's going on here.
I wish I knew.
What about your books? Don't you have those?
I think so. He gets up and walks over to a wall, and you see that his books are clearly not there. But he says, "Yeah, it looks like they're all here."
All right. Anything in them about what's going on with us?
Maybe. It'll take me some time, though, by your
I'll wait.
standards. And he kind of stands there and begins, like, kind of miming that he's looking through books. Um, and then, yeah, how long are you willing to wait?
I'll give him like 10 minutes, and
Okay.
I'll go around in his house. There what? So like, it's mostly just like walls and stuff. There's no like furniture.
Yeah, basically. I mean, there might be, there's some occasionally stuff like you'll see what like a weird rock formation or like outcropping from the wall that you think was like, well, yeah, normally there's a chair there or something like it has like this vague resemblance
Uh-huh.
to the home you remember.
I'm gonna imitate making tea and see if he notices anything.
Um yeah, he seems kind of absorbed through looking in the book, but eventually he does kind of say, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm making tea.
Maybe maybe I am dead then, because to me it doesn't, I can't see it.
Well, that's what those weird bird things told us.
What weird bird things?
I describe what they look like to him. That one
Ah,
had like the wings of
psychopomps.
like a bird and a scythe, and the other one,
Yes, so
yeah.
we are in the boneyard. But why are you so different from the rest of us? That's
Well, that's what
very
I want to
strange.
know.
Very strange. You know,
Um,
give me a minute to, if you don't mind. I'd like give me some time to examine you and consult my library here. Perhaps I can figure this out.
I say sure.
All right. While that's going on, what are you guys doing back at the mayor's? Are you guys gonna try convincing her again?
I mean, did somebody join us?
Yeah, you guys all. There's
Yeah.
4 of you there now. Everyone but Shirley is at the mayor's office right now.
Yeah. I think it's important that if we try to get the mayor, then the mayor might be able to help us
Mhm.
get the rest of the
Yeah.
town. Like rally the
He'll,
town together or something.
yeah. Be an authority
Mm-hmm.
that the town respects.
Yes, I
He,
will find ways to like do I see a religious well, I think you guys told me perhaps told Sesha that she's religious.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is a faithful Abidaran,
Mhm.
and she is the one that leads the town in like Abidaran holidays, like the New Year's festival,
Yeah.
for example.
I mentioned
She's
to
not a
her
cleric, but she is a devout follower of Abadar.
uh perhaps you can seek guidance from your god to confirm what we are
She
informing you.
sighs and says, "Well, I'm no priest. Such talents are beyond my ability."
That's fair.
You can just try to make the diplomacy check again, though.
Yeah, I will. She does like try to like I don't know talk to her more about like how cruel it would be for the undead to stay in limbo um and okay, let me roll. Where'd my sheet go? It's this one here.
Mm.
Better.
I'll help out.
Is
Okay.
it
I'll
better?
help out as he's trying to like heal.
Are you gonna
He'll
assist?
say, yeah.
Uh,
He'll say, don't you feel off? And he
Yes,
like
she says.
he
Things
says
have been very strange.
I don't know what happened, or we ended up here as well, but from talking to the denizens of this world, it seems that they have somewhat of an idea of of that, and then like kind of just going into whatever as he
Okay.
helps.
She thinks about what the evidence you've presented with her, and gives kind of like a long sigh and says, I think you're right. I think that the town of Rosser's Coffer is dead. And perhaps even this thing about you guys being the only ones actually alive is also true.
I hope so. I would hate to be lied to.
I would be willing to gather the town together and convince them communally as well. But there's two others I will need you to convince for me
Okay.
in order to make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, more than two others, I guess. One I need you. The first thing I need you to do is I want you to break the news to the children by the schoolyard. I want you to do it. I want them to have it broken to them in a way, hopefully, that's more kind than doing it in the much more blunt way we'll do for the adults. But before we have that meeting with the adults, in order to get a meeting put together, I want you to convince Arbala. She's
Oh.
a trader here and also one of the most influential people on our council.
Oh, okay.
Those of you who live in town would know of Arbella. Last name's actually Thermithian, who's and she has a very distinguished ancestor who was a warrior from the Shining Crusade and who's also named Thermithian. She's well known and well liked within Rosser's Coffer and sits on the town
Okay.
council as the economic advisor.
Makes sense to go to them.
Now, I don't know where exactly Arbala is, but I think she's somewhere north on the outskirts of town.
Oh.
There was this strange outsider that she was talking to. Not somebody from Ross's Coffer. It looked like a relative of hers, perhaps.
Mm. All right.
If you can convince her and we can come back here, get the other council members together, and with us together, we should be able to get the town together for a discussion.
Sounds good. Do you know, um, she say where they're at? I know she said she doesn't know one. How about the other one?
So the children are by the school.
Children's school.
Yeah, they're by the school, which is hold on, there's actually a specific spot it's in. Actually the school is they're both places you need to go to the north. It's up here in this corner. And then she thinks Arbella is outside of town, like kind of where the forest would normally be.
All right.
Incidentally, kind of actually where Shirley is. Shirley's kind of over here, but
Mm-hmm.
all right, going back to Shirley. The professor, the former professor, Eldeth, he says, "Well, I don't." After examining you for a while, he says, "Well, I don't know how this came to be, but I believe this some sort of shard fused with positive energy stuck within you."
That's weird.
Hmm.
I don't remember putting a shard infused with life energy into my body.
Maybe it's related to what happened to us.
Have you? I ask Eldith if he's spoken to Kismina yet. That's one of our other poker buddies.
No, I haven't.
All right, you know she usually has a pretty good memory of what happened. Always counting those fucking cards. I'll have to go ask her, see if she remembers anything that might have happened recently.
But he will tell you enough information about it for you to know mechanically what is going on here.
Awesome.
Where's the little blurb about it here? Here we are. Okay, so the obol, basically, is what they call it. Now you don't yet know what exactly caused it to be there, other than it is somehow associated with positive energy. What it does is it harmlessly absorbs an amount of negative energy equal to double your character's number of hit die from any given source or attack, and for the total round, including environmental effects. It also gives you spell resistance equal to 11 plus your hit die against all necromancy spells, and also your natural and melee weapons are treated as though they were magic, cold iron, and silver for the purposes of overcoming the damage reduction of undead opponents.
Interesting.
I think I can make this as a handout for you as well here.
Hmm. Oh.
There you go. There's the mechanical benefits of the obol. Leaving out all the other stuff explaining what it is, because that you won't be able to find out probably until book 2 at the earliest, probably. Might be able to piece out some of it before then, but anyway, so yeah, do you stick around here? Do you go speak to Kismina?
Yeah, I'm gonna go visit her.
Okay.
But I thank Eldeth for that, and just to be clear, it looks like he realizes that he is in fact dead.
Oh yeah, he actually had come to that conclusion on his own.
Okay, as I thought he would. as a learned person.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go visit Kismina.
Okay. You make your way over to wherever Kismina is.
Let's see. I'll say that Kismina lives in probably in like the middle of town where she's like surrounded by the most houses and a bunch of fences. And she's that kind of person that will constantly be peeking over into other neighbors'
Okay, so she's in like this,
places.
like the denser part of town over here, maybe on the
Yeah.
So
western
it sounds
side.
like she's a Karen.
No.
Oh,
No, she's just like a very nosy neighbor.
Is she a gossip, or does she just pry on everyone's business and then keep it
No,
to
she just
herself?
pries in everyone's business, yeah, and keeps to herself for the most part. But she's also like sort of a savant for like remembering like minute details, which is why
Okay.
she's so
Mm.
good at cards because she'll count them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll say that Kismina is a gnome.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll go to her place and I'll announce my presence once I'm like, I don't know, a few yards away.
Yeah, and she says, "Yes, yes, I noticed you coming.
Awesome, great. Hey,
There's something
Kismina.
off about you, though."
Yeah, I just visited Eldeth, and apparently I have an obol inside of me.
Oh. All right then. I don't know what that is, but
I didn't know either until just a minute ago.
I'll make
But
sure to remember that, though.
but I wanted to ask you, do you remember anything weird happening before right now?
Not
Well, it
really. I
wouldn't be
mean,
right now because we
everything
rested. It would be like
everything's been weird since I woke up,
Yeah,
and
do
for the
you remember
past
anything
day.
weird since you woke up?
It's been like 2 days since it's been like this.
2 days.
You would remember you guys rested and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell her that yeah, we woke up in Roslar's coffer, his tomb, for some reason. Do you didn't happen to see anyone like weird coming into town, like putting
okay.
us there, do
Yes,
you?
I did see some weird people coming to town. First off, there's this strange catfolk warrior,
Go on.
and then there was this other warrior, I think, who was apparently some sort of maybe Vudran or something, and he's got like he seems like he's touched by the elemental planes. And then there was a strange woman who seemed like she was from Syrian, maybe. She was wearing a mask, and she talked to the mayor.
Oh. Huh.
I happened to
A
be in
strange
town
mask.
when she was there.
And she looked Assyrian?
Oh, I don't know what she looked like because she was wearing a mask and like heavy clothes and whatnot, but she kind of maybe sounded like it, and she had this strange really expensive Osiriani perfume,
Oh.
but
Okay.
she was wearing way too much of it, which is suspicious in its own right. Although maybe she just has bad taste.
Or maybe she's
That's
just
true.
stinky.
Yeah, she could have been using it to cover up something about her.
Mm.
Well, I thank her for recounting as much as she could. I say it seems that like how we got here is still a bit of a mystery because
Yeah.
I don't want to alarm you, but we are not in Roslar's coffer anymore.
What do you mean?
I tell her that there's these They're these creatures. Apparently, they're called psychopomps. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. I don't think so. Apparently,
Nope,
they're
never heard of them.
spirits of death.
You want to roll diplomacy to try to convince
Sure.
Kasmina? She nods along. Do you have sense motive as well?
I yes, I have a rank in it.
Go ahead and roll sense motive as well. Okay, you think she's convinced. She nods along and says, "Ah, yes, that makes sense. That must be what's going on." Very good.
Oh.
Out of character though, she's not convinced, and
Yeah.
but
But yeah. After that, I say I'm gonna go find the rest of the folks that I showed up with here.
okay.
But
I
keep your eyes out, cause yeah, strange things are going on.
yes, I'm gonna go talk to Esteth after this. I think.
That would be good.
And she's like thinking, "I go to Esteth that Shirley's lost her goddamn mind. She thinks we're all dead." Maybe Esteth will have an easier time convincing her.
Maybe.
Actually, he'd
Yep.
probably have a lower DC because if he also says it, like the fact, even though she didn't believe you, the fact that she's hearing it a second time from someone else will probably make it like more believable.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah. Okay.
And
The
a
rest of
person that's
you
not Shirley.
make your way towards where the schoolyard is.
Hmm.
And oh wow, no wonder I couldn't find that until I searched. It was at the very end of the book for the stuff about the obols. Okay. You see that it looks like most of the children of Ross's coffer are all playing around a massive dead oak tree. And curiously enough, like that oak tree is there. It looks like maybe it's like petrified here, but
Mm.
um I mean, even those that have been in Ross's coffer know that the actual oak tree is also dead in Ross's coffer.
Mm.
You see that there is a large crow with white tips on its feathers, watching over them. Although it's not, you don't think it's a Nisoi psychopomp like Umbol because it's not wearing a mask, and it also looks far bigger than Umbol was. And as you get in there, some of the children actually like recognize you and like gather around, and like one of them's like, "Oh, Kestra," like the weird kid that likes to hang out in the graveyard,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
which is a lot of them actually because kids
Oh.
are weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so some of them like recognize you and they all gather around.
He lets to Kestra since they.
What's up?
Man, you guys look weird. They mention like you're all glowing.
What was the name of the person we're looking for?
This
No,
in
we're
this
talking
case, you
to
guys are
the
talking to the kids, so there's not a specific person you're looking for right now. It's just all these kids. There's about like
We're
a
talking
dozen
to
of them
kids
here,
at the school
maybe a little
Oh,
more than a dozen. There's like 15 of them here.
I thought we were
because
looking for
this
somebody to
was
convince.
we will.
You're also going to be looking for Arbala after this, but so there's
Oh.
the two things. She wanted you to
She
convince the
asked us.
kids separately from the rest of the town because she doesn't want them to get it like dropped on them in the meeting,
Blind.
basically. So she wants
Yeah.
them like told ahead of time, and then she wants you to talk to Arbala after that. So you guys aren't. That's next is to go look for Arbala.
Okay. I look extremely awkward in this atmosphere. Like I don't know how to handle children.
They all kind of like start like kind of hushing up and looking towards you as expectedly. And a couple of them
Okay.
start like giggling a little bit. You don't know why.
You,
You giggle at me some more,
He'll
I'll cut
say,
you down. No, I'm
yeah.
kidding.
You're almost say, gather around, kids. I have a story to tell you.
Okay.
And he'll say, have you heard of the let me see, the story of the Forever Children?
No.
And
They all kind of look around and no, and everyone else shakes their head. Like everyone's like, no. Like you hear no's, a few different no's.
he says
No one says it
it's
in unison.
he says they're the light of how you say it? They represent the good in the world of the kids that lost their lives too young and bring hope to the afterlife. And he says, like he goes into like a story, kind of like his character would tell a little bit better. But he says, "I'm sorry, or just like you will." And he says, "I don't know if any of you realize, but Rossler's coffer. This isn't the real Rossler's coffer anymore."
Yeah, a couple of
And
them giggle again, and one says, "Oh, we know. The lady told us."
The lady? What
what
lady?
lady?
That's right, the lady. One of the other kids says, points at the bird and says, "There was a woman with a beautiful voice, and she spoke to us through her pet bird.
Oh.
She told us to
Hmm.
be good and brave, and that she would be here soon and make everything right."
Oh.
And as it happens, the bird kind of drifts down, like swoops down, and kind of like lands on top of the kid's head, opens its beak, and a lyrical voice ushers forth. Says, "Ah, newcomers, you must be the curiosities I heard tell of. I am McTina, and I cordially welcome you to the Boneyard and Eternity. Do not fret about your unusual condition. I shall be there with you shortly to correct this horrible error and help you on your way to the final rest you have earned."
No, I'm not finally resting. I think you have it backwards. But we are here to help these children as well as the
I
other
know you don't want to
townsfolk.
die. I know, my children. Change is always frightening, but I will make it soft and swift like a mother's kiss. You'll feel only love.
I have like the deepest urge to like snap this bird's beak closed,
Yeah.
but I don't do it.
When she's done talking, the mouth does close, but every time like the voice comes in, his mouth just like opens and it comes out of it like a speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, projecting. Um, he says, he tells the kids, "Why don't you go talk to the mayor? I know she wanted to talk to you guys. It seems like you guys have been caught up on what's going on here."
Okay. They all start leaving. The bird does hop off that kid's head and then
Mhm.
lands on the ground there.
All right.
And he says to the bird, "I don't know how we got here, but I know we are different than the rest. There must have been a reason why."
Yes,
And
I know, and I don't know how it happened either, but let's not focus on the past. Let's focus on the now. I'll fix you up properly as soon as I'm able.
hmm we'll see about that. And he walks away.
Okay. The rest of you.
Yeah, I don't know. He says, like to the others as he's walking away, we better hurry.
Yeah, we don't want
Uh,
this lady to find us
Mhm.
and bring us to our supposed deserved end.
Yeah.
That bird has it in for us. All right.
And he says, "Where's Shirley?"
No one knows.
And I guess we'll make our way to find the other person.
Where does Shirley go next?
Well, she's gonna go to find you guys. So let's see. Where did you guys
We were
originally
at the
start
mayor.
going?
We
They
were
went.
we
They
were
went
at the
towards
mayor.
They went back
Oh.
to the schoolyard, which is close to where Fergus's place was. But if you made your way to the center of town, it's possible you would get there. You might actually have got there shortly after they had left to go talk to the kids. So perhaps if you talk to the mayor or somebody else near the center of town, somebody would tell you that they spotted. Like it probably would be pretty easy to figure out where they're at just by asking around. It's a small town.
Okay.
Have you seen a
And they're the only
glowing
other
group of
people. Yeah, I was gonna say the
people?
only other people that have that same glow as you do. So yeah, I'd say that Shirley actually maybe shows up. Like you see the kids leaving the schoolyard, kind of like as you get to them. Maybe you get there just as like the bird McTina finishes talking to you guys through the
The
bird.
bird.
Yeah,
Bird.
bird's still there actually too.
Yeah.
Is watching you.
Just keep them away.
You said it's a white bird.
No, it's a bird with white tips on its wings. It
Oh,
it looks
white
like a
tips.
crow basically, but with white tips on its wings.
The winter hasn't come yet.
Although it's very big for a crow, almost like a
Bro,
raven.
yeah, like
maybe.
raven, yeah. Sure. Evil omens. He tells Shirley what's transpired with the bird. And he says we should probably hurry on to the person that the mayor told us to talk to try to convince. How did it go with you over at?
Do you know
I'd
who
say
this is,
it was kind
Shirley?
of mixed. Who's
Kinda
what?
mixed.
Who we're gonna go see? Who lives outside the?
Arbola?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correction, she doesn't live outside the town. She just was spotted outside of town talking with a foreigner that
Oh. Okay.
the mayor didn't recognize, but says looked like maybe a relative of hers.
Mm.
Oh. I mean, I guess we'll find out if we
Yep.
go there.
We go to find the
Arbola.
check that the relative.
Okay.
Which is
But
everybody, I guess.
I also informed the party that we have some weird magical doohickeys stuck in us named obols.
Huh?
Hmm. Is that
Yeah. I think that's what the glowing is coming from.
Is this gonna kill me? Am I gonna explode?
Actually, it's kind of the opposite. They're like some kind of protective device.
In my heart.
Yeah.
I try to
What
feel
the
my
hell
heart
went
with
on?
my brain. I don't feel anything. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I asked a dead guy. I ask dead people about things all the time. They're actually some of the most knowledgeable people in the world.
You know, we are taking everybody's word for it.
I'll be right back.
I mean, I guess I don't see why a dead guy would lie. How does the dead guy know?
Nah. Hmm.
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah. How does this dead guy know about these things?
Well, he was very learned in life. You don't just forget those things after you die.
Makes sense.
You don't suppose he put it in us?
No, but one of my other friends that I went to go visit said that they saw you and Iram coming into town, and that they also saw somebody else, a lady in a mask, that was talking with
Mask.
the yeah, with the was the mayor, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, some other person who wasn't from Rossler's Coffer
I
might
suppose we
have some
could
connection to this.
go back to the mayor after this and see if we can remind them of their visitor and get more
Yeah.
info.
All right, I'm back. Okay, so you guys are
Welcome back.
still looking for Arbala?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a either survival or a perception check.
Ooh, I have survival. I do these things. This is what I'm good at. Surviving.
Roll the higher one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. Dice mine.
Kestra did well.
Kestra's pretty good at it too.
She said one.
Okay, yeah, it's not
Because
too
I have
difficult.
no clue
Kestra
what they
maybe
look like.
maybe Kestra's having an easier time of it too because she's more familiar with this terrain,
Mm.
having lived here for quite a number of years at this point. And you do manage to find kind of a thicket that is nestled up against a cliff edge at the edge of this valley. And yeah, you see there is a group. Locals would recognize the kind of somewhat intangible form of Arbella, intangible in the same way that everybody else is, kind of ghostly form. And yeah, there is another one that does look related to her, like maybe it could be her cousin or brother or something. And there's a couple of her friends there as well,
Oh,
who are also like merchants, and it looks like they're like talking,
okay.
and they hush up when they look towards you and as you're approaching.
I shove whoever's from here in the front so that they're the face that everybody sees first.
Okay. Arbella says Kestra and Shirley, and I don't know all the rest of you.
You don't know Irian?
I'm
no,
the architect who designed the beer river.
I know him too. She kind of scrunches her face a little bit. You get the sense she doesn't like him very much.
He is kind of a hermit.
Yeah, he's also got like 7 charisma, so most people don't like him in town.
Oh.
Made sense.
Excuse me, I have 6 charisma.
Oh, okay.
Even worse.
Mm-hmm. He's about as likable as a bugbear.
He's like white noise to me. I don't even pay attention to what he says.
I was just discussing with my ancestor here. This is my ancestor. Can you believe it? He's a spirit, but he's come back.
Not exactly.
You
The
don't
spirit
think-
belongs here. They're in the correct
Yeah.
place.
And the spirit that she was talking to in question stands up,
Mm.
looks towards you with a scowl, and he
Oh.
shakes his head and says, "Don't listen to these. You're still very much alive and have a heroic destiny is still ahead of you." once the nefarious trickery afflicting this town is resolved. You have to trust me.
Mm.
Do you believe you're alive?
Well, I'm dead, obviously, but I've come back to guide my descendant. This brave woman, Arbella. She may not be a warrior in the same sense that I am, but I believe she has a warrior's soul.
If this was your descendant, why would you wrongfully guide them? That doesn't make sense.
How dare you? I'm not wrongfully guide them. You take that back.
I will not.
Look,
I'm gonna
Alright.
cast a spell. I'm gonna detect evil. Just something in me is welling up, and I just want to do that.
Let me double check. Doesn't list his alignment in this little blurb here.
It's tricky because, like, most ghosts, even though you run into like nice ghosts, they're technically like evil.
A lot of times, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not all Casper, the friendly ghost.
Dude, I love Casper. That was
No,
like
he does
my
not detect
favorite.
his evil.
Okay. And I squint at him.
But he still, evil or not, does look aggressive. And I'm going to pull you guys to a classic map that I paid $30 for.
Oh, nice.
And by that, I mean I spent 5 minutes drawing it MS Paint style.
Just money worth well spent.
That's just my rate.
Oh.
If I were to draw this map for
Is it
somebody
made by
else,
Don John?
this would cost $30 for me to draw.
I mean, you can throw it up on Fiverr. Somebody might buy it.
Somebody might buy it. And then I'll justify being like, I live in a high cost of living area. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're not pictured on this map are Arbella and her friends who step back as this violence seems about to break out.
Yeah.
But I need everybody to roll initiative.
Woo!
Ready. I figured out my will save too. I was able to make a custom like save
Like custom
thing.
buff, basically.
Uh-oh.
debuff.
I
Yeah.
didn't roll very good.
Not a buff, like yeah, I was able to like cut because in the class like
Oh,
thing,
you did.
it's like poor and all that, and so it's I just made it
still
custom like -2.
Still lists everyone as player character, player character PC
On
on the combat tracker. Well, not everyone. Kestras and Irams are right.
I didn't say it. Didn't say that before for me.
Maybe something broke again. Oh, whatever. I can see the tokens, so we'll just roll with it for
Are
now.
these
Also, I can't
old
seem to
tokens
pop
from a
out.
previous fight or something?
They shouldn't be because I
There
just
it
dragged them
goes.
from the actors folder.
Dang. Thought we got this set up. I don't know.
Maybe it only got set up on that map. Like it wasn't done on the prototype token, it was done on the maps version of the token.
It says my token name is player character PC.
Maybe it got reset.
That's what I was
'cause,
saying.
Yeah, I thought I set this.
You guys probably just fixed it on whatever map we were on at the time, but it didn't actually. You didn't put it on the prototype token. So, if you want this change to stick, you have to open your character sheet, and then on the top right there should be a button that says like prototype token or something.
Oh, there
You
it
need to open
is.
your character sheet from the right side, from the actor panel, not from the map.
Oh, right. It won't let me edit it. That's.
Oh, I can go through and fix it later.
Certain keys are not working for me. The R key does not work. The backspace key does not work.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I works.
Ron mentioned that before.
You have to like click on your hotbar and then like go back into the box because for some reason it takes focus.
Huh. Yeah, I noticed too. I think you were trying to edit something there, and your character started moving.
I don't understand.
Like Seshra started moving, and is also up in the air 20 feet now. That's so funny. Whoa.
I don't understand what's happening.
How did you rotate your character?
I don't know.
Ah,
I think
figured it
it's
out.
the arrows and stuff like
Control.
that. Will move your character.
Yeah, I can go through and fix it later too. So
It's just
Mhm.
it. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do to fix it.
yeah, no
What
worries. I'll
Ron said
fix it.
doesn't work.
I'll fix it.
I don't think.
I
I'll
think I
take care of it
fixed
for you
it,
later.
Okay.
but I don't think I can change
Yeah,
what's
if you
been put onto the
no,
the
it won't. It
initiative.
won't fix it for this combat.
But yeah,
All
I
right,
think I
so
fixed it.
Garrett. Well, you don't know his name yet, but the Phantom rolled very low. I'll say everyone. You guys may all roll a perception check as well if you'd like
Mm,
for
mm,
this Phantom.
okay.
Anybody makes the check, you'll know why. But otherwise, let's be like, that was weird. Okay. Kestra and Iram both recognize that they've actually seen a depiction of this Phantom before. This figure was in Rossler's tomb
Mm.
on the wall where you guys did like the puzzle. There was a depiction of some knights that were like standing in like a formation, like, and it was kind of like there's a big crack in it, but he was in that picture.
Okay.
So he was a contemporary of Rossler. Um, and anyway, Seshra, you see him about to go into a rage, and as he does, he maybe part of why he's so there on there. He all of a sudden like takes a step back and says, "Why are you wearing that armor? That was Rossler's armor."
Yep.
And now
See,
you
I
make
told you. I told you.
Hey, I agreed with you. I just didn't think we were gonna be exiting into the undead world.
yeah. So what would you like to do, Seshra?
I did not roll a 23. Did I? I did.
I think you
Oh.
did. Somebody else rolled their dice and hit your dice and knocked it over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
But
thought I
the way it
rolled
looks
so
like
bad. Yeah.
you'd actually rolled better before your dice got
Okay.
hit.
Got it. Yay.
Yeah, so it took what you actually rolled, not what it landed on after your dice got bumped.
Yeah, it got hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this ghost is looking hostile. I can I even hit ghosts here? I don't know. I will pull out
He
my
actually
weapon.
doesn't look incorporeal.
Oh, okay.
He actually looks more more solid
More real.
than the people he was talking to.
Then I will pull out my weapon. And attempt to first. I don't know, man.
If you have knowledge planes, you can roll that.
I don't. I'm think
Okay.
I want to just try to. I don't know. Maybe intimidate it, and tell it to back down. We really mean nobody harm here.
All right.
But if you force my hand, I will do what I need to.
Okay, let's see. This is based on his hit die.
I'll take. No, I won't 5-foot step. I don't. I'm gonna make it come to me if at all.
Okay.
It rolled really bad. Wow.
Doesn't seem as though he is. It does seem like he is already kind of like shaken in some sense, but it doesn't
Okay.
seem like your words have had any effect on him.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but I also don't want to strike first when I don't know what's going on.
Okay, surely.
All right. I'm gonna let Abdel the Brave become the dominant personality here.
Because you're a horse, can you
And I'm-
charge now? Trample?
I could.
All right, and you as Abdel the Brave, Abdel knows that this would recognize this person
Ooh.
as Garrett Tharmethian,
Hmm.
who was a knight and a warrior from the Shining Crusade.
Was he a nice knight? Did the horse
I
like
move
him?
up to him.
Did he give him carrots?
He was kind of indifferent to him.
Oh, no carrots, huh?
I move up. I will draw my sickle,
Okay.
and I'll ready an action to attack Garrett if Garrett attacks me back. But I do tell him to get a grip on yourself, man. We are very much alive, and the others here are dead. They need to go to the afterlife. And that's my
Okay.
turn.
All right, Iram.
He'll step up as well. And basically say, it was not my plan to wear this armor, and I would be happy to take it off once we figure out what's going on here.
Were you the one wearing the breastplate?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Yeah, I protested.
yeah, she pressed it. Yeah. And he'll say, but I can't stand idly by and see you deceive your descendant. They need to know the truth of the situation, which is that they have passed on and we're in the boneyard.
Okay.
And he pulls out the mace, and yeah.
All right, Kestra.
I'm gonna delay.
Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. I was looking at the wrong character sheet for a second, so I'm like, why do these numbers look so weird? Huh. Okay. All right, Irian.
We rested, right? Like since the last fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Since
it'd
the
been, like, a
last
couple
fight?
days.
Wait, no, I don't think so.
No?
Did we not?
No.
No.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
okay. Well, I
Last time
won't
you
do
guys
that
rested
then.
was in the
In the tomb.
I forgot
tomb.
we had a fight in between.
Oh,
before
okay.
before you
David
met
and-
the Might King.
Yep. Well, I will roll my knowledge.
Knowledge Planes? Okay.
Ooh.
Oh? Oh.
I don't know if that's enough to know what this is.
Yeah.
Okay, what I will tell you is you know that this is not an undead, despite its sort of ghostly appearance.
Oh.
Okay.
It's not incorporeal either.
They're not evil. I checked that.
Yeah, you think that this might be in some way related to the concept of a petitioner, sort of like the other residents of Rosser's Coffer, where they're not dead, but they are like a outsider, basically, and are, at least if you were on the material plane, and are like he's in some way is the soul of the original Garrett.
Okay. I will let the party know my hunch that I think this is like a soul that's kind of like the guardians we saw in the tomb.
Yeah, but what's
The
that
guardians
mean?
you saw in the tomb were actually constructs.
Oh, well, not that then. Anyways, I think it's like a soul that's not undead and not evil.
Does it need to
according
be put
to,
to rest? Or
I don't
not?
know. I have no
Oh.
idea.
Hmm.
But I'm going to ready an action to cast a spell if it makes an aggressive move at us.
And Shirley, you're holding the silver longsword, right?
Seshra, yes.
Or Seshra, sorry. Yeah, so Garrett also then says, "How dare you have Rossler's sword?" And he's going to trigger everybody's ready to actions and an attack opportunity.
Okay, I don't
I-
have one, but I think, yeah.
I'll
think
Ray
there were-
Frost him.
Okay. I know there was at least one ready to action.
Surely. I know
Mm.
Kestra delayed.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, that misses.
Yep.
Like, oh,
Who else? Did anybody else ready in action? Oh, Shirley ready in
yeah,
action if
me
it
too.
attacked. If it attacked
starting
you,
to-
though, right?
Or no, I'm just saying if he attacked.
Oh, okay. So, well, first he triggers your attack opportunity if you want to take it because he moves through your threatened square.
Sure. I'm just making sure I have my bonuses right because I get a +2 bonus on the damage rolls and a +1 to the attack roll. Okay. Oh, this is new. Okay, +1.
Wait, that was a sling attack?
Oh, did I roll the sling? Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that for the ready to action, but you can't take an attack opportunity for that. And you said you had a sickle out anyway.
Yeah, sickle. Okay, there we go.
Okay, that one misses. And then he triggers your ready to action when he attacks Seshra.
Okay.
Okay. That one will miss as well, unfortunately.
Okay.
And then he comes forward and throws a slam at Seshra. Does an 18 hit on Seshra?
Likely. Let me double check. Yes.
Okay. He hits you for 3. Is it 3? Yeah, for 3 damage. As he slams into you. And that's his turn. Kestra, since you delayed, it's your turn.
Okay. Oops, I just hit the back button. Hairpin trigger on the mouse.
Did that go back a page then?
Yeah. Well, that loaded real fast. Okay.
But it loaded back in quickly? That's good.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to blast him.
Okay.
See, what am I missing here? Is this shooting into combat? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be shooting in a melee. I'm guessing you don't have precise shot quite yet.
No. Come on.
Although I'm sure you're getting it eventually.
Yeah. Come on.
Okay, that includes a -4, So
Yeah.
that will miss as he weaves out of the way. All right, Seshra.
Well, I suddenly come to realization that I'm wounded. And the power within me, which perhaps she doesn't fully understand yet, I'm gonna lay on hands myself. But I did not configure the thing. I think it's just a basic lay on hands. It's from the feet. So I think
Okay.
it's just what is it? 1d.
I think it's just 1d6.
Don't I get the charisma modifier?
No, lay on hands doesn't do that. The only scaling on lay on hands normally is with level,
Okay.
and it's just more
It's only the
d6s.
channel gets the Okay. Then yes, I will do that, and then I will. So this is the thing, incorporeal.
He is not incorporeal, no.
Since I'm a paladin level, do I get to do non-lethal at level 1 right away? Is that without taking
Anybody
the penalty?
can. Oh, with that, that's a. I think you can do that with a trait.
No, I think paladins get that feature at some point.
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so.
I remember my paladin took a trait based off of
Um,
Sarenrae. when I played
The
with him.
intimidating.
No, the
No, I
non-lethal to not
took
take
one
penalty for
where
the non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I had one
Hmm.
where I was able to deal with a scimitar because it was a Saronite trait on my paladin. But yeah, I don't think that's a normal paladin thing to get. There might be an archetype that does something like that too. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna roll the d6 for the land hands. Oh, so I get to take that 3 damage
The
back.
3 damage back. Yep.
um,
Yeah, so actually, if you're a paladin, you don't have lay on hands as a paladin quite yet, right? You don't get that till level 2.
no, I just have that trait that gives me
Yeah.
1.
So once you actually get lay on hands from paladin, the trait just gives you an extra use of it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do non-lethal. I'm still sketched out by the situation. I didn't detect evil on this individual.
Okay.
And they're a friend or a relative to the lady also. So
Yeah,
I
so
don't
you're
think
supposed to
we need to
convince.
be killing her. Is there a way to put the -4 in this? I think so. -4 single attack. There it goes. I'm gonna miss. No, I hit. Maybe.
Yep, a 23. Is that with the -4?
Ish.
Doesn't look like it. So it should be,
Oh.
but that will still hit. Even -4 off of that. Okay, so you slash him non-lethally.
Use like the butt of the handle of the hilt of the sword instead of
Well, maybe, but also he has DR that needs slashing to get through. So, which you do get through because you're using a long sword.
Okay, I
So,
guess so.
yeah.
I
Anyway,
non-lethally slash you.
yeah.
What?
Hey, you could
Sure. That's all I do.
Okay.
you gotta cut it on a non-lethal area.
Right. Yeah. You like scratch him.
It'll still cause damage, but it's not like a
He does
major
seem to have.
artery or anything.
Yeah, it does seem like when you do, it's like a there's like a liquid kind of that comes out, but it's not blood. It's like the same color as the rest of his form, kind of this like kind of greenish color. And although when it's separated from him, it kind of like it it splashes onto the ground with kind of a gooey consistency, and then kind of evaporates away. leaving like a kind of discoloration where it used to be. Iram.
Yeah. All right. He will step up. Trying to decide what I want to do. He's got a blood rage.
Okay.
Did I make a bonus? Yeah. That one. And he's just gonna pull around him.
Okay.
He's first. Actually, yeah, he has a mace out. He'll just hit him with the mace. Single attack. Oh. And then,
That will unfortunately miss.
And then the claw. I think.
As a secondary attack.
Yeah, I mean, change it to secondary. There we go.
Okay, that will hit. And yeah, similar to Seshra, you slash into him and sprays out this kind of like goo
Mm-hmm.
that fairly quickly evaporates, leaving a discoloration on anything that it hits.
All right.
But he's still going.
Yep. That's my turn.
All right, Irian.
I think I'm just gonna Ray Frost him again.
Okay, do you move somewhere before you do?
Yeah, I'm a little close, and I
I
can't
saw
really see.
people in your way.
Yeah, I'll go like one ruler, like over here.
Yep, right up against the thicket. The
Yeah.
strange dark colored almost look like dead like shrubs, but
Yeah, and then I need to put a -4 on this, right?
yes.
Let me just double check. I didn't take. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Oh wait, I can evil eye. Why am I not? I forgot I'm a witch. I evil eye.
Okay.
Do I know if he's affected by it based on my
Oh,
previous knowledge?
you don't,
I
because
mean,
you
he seems
didn't. You didn't
intelligent
make
enough,
this.
so I'm gonna try.
Okay.
And I'll do -2 AC.
Evil Eye is mind affecting, right?
Yes.
It does not seem to work.
But he's intelligent-y. Okay. He has a mind that just can't affect it.
Correct.
Okay, that's my turn. I tried.
Ready.
Okay.
Just need it.
Shirley.
I'm gonna take an attack on it
Okay.
with my sickle.
A 14 will unfortunately miss. Make contact with him, but like he seems to have there's like some natural like kind of like hardening that happens to this material.
I think I'll use a spirit surge as an immediate
there goes
action to
Seshra.
retroactively affect the roll.
Okay. So I'll make it a 20.
Yeah.
A 20 will hit.
Yeah, for 5 slashing
For
damage.
5 slashing damage. Okay. That all goes through. But he is still up.
Okay. And I think that puts me at 3.
Which
For the day.
means
So that means that. Where is it? It's not in
I know
this
like
one.
there's like increasing penalties and stuff, and eventually, like if you get enough points, you basically become an NPC.
Mm.
So basically, it means that Abdel's personality is it's becoming more dominant over me because I'm at 3 points of influence.
Yeah.
So it's a minus penalty on initiative checks, as well as specific additional ability listed by the spirit's
Okay.
entry. Okay.
So it's just right now. It's just the penalties. Like it doesn't. It's not the point where it's like Abdel just controls what
No,
you do
that's it.
now.
If I use it 2 more times, yeah.
That's at 5. Okay,
But I
cool.
get a +4 bonus against possession effects and +2 on saving throws against mind affecting effects that are not
Okay.
related to possession. But
All
yeah,
right.
that's my turn.
Well, Garrett is going to do a couple of slams against Seshra again, the source of his ire, who is most directly challenging what he's been trying to say to his descendant. He sends 2 slams at you.
Mm.
So the first one is a 17 and the second one is a 15.
These are at me.
Yes.
Did somebody put mage armor on me?
I
No.
don't know.
Didn't that
I
happen?
mean, I
No,
did
this
like
is-
last session.
I think I think you might have had it last session, but it's probably been more than he cast when he was
More
level
than
1
1
and it's been
hour,
more than an
yeah.
hour since then.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Then yeah, those both hit.
Okay, so you take 4 damage and then another 4 damage.
Owie.
All right, but that's his turn. Kestra.
Okay, we're going to rinse and repeat and try and energize him.
Okay.
Is there a way I can just like click the chat message and just do that again instead of having to type this each time?
I don't know. There's buttons on the character sheet that should do it too.
Yeah, I've got an attack. It's just doing the. I guess I could do a shot into melee buff.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
All right, that will miss unfortunately, even versus touch AC.
yeah.
All right, Seshra,
Okay.
who is also still standing despite having taken some pretty
I'm
nasty
still
blows.
standing. Well, I'm gonna 5-step away actually, and pull out a potion and drink it.
Okay. Spend a full round to drink a potion pulled out of a belt pouch or something. Or a pocket or somewhere else you had easily accessible.
Yeah, I don't see it in my inventory though. Didn't we have? I know I grabbed a couple.
Well, you drank a couple.
Well, I drank one, but I thought I had 2.
I mean, I wouldn't
Maybe
be
I
able to tell
didn't.
you.
I guess I don't have a potion.
Sit back.
Yeah, I guess the best thing to do is just attack. I will
You
do
go
that.
total defense.
I
Okay.
could actually. Is there a button for that in the buff section?
I don't know.
I don't see one, but yeah, I'll total defense. And that's just like a -1 to the attack.
Well,
is
fighting
it?
That would be
defensively,
fighting
fighting
defensively, yeah.
defensively would be a -4 to your attack for a +2 to AC.
Oh,
Total
it's
defense would be a standard action to just give yourself a +4 dodge bonus for 1 round, but you don't threaten.
Mm-mm. All right. Well, I'm just gonna do a good old attack, and then we can subtract 4 for it. Yeah. Well, I can fight defensively, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so-
that still hits, even fighting offensively.
Yeah. Let's see if I can
You
set
slash him
something up for
for
that.
a very punishing hit on him. However, he is still going. He was a very powerful knight in life, and some of
Yeah, I
that
bet.
strength seems to have stayed with him even centuries later. All right, Urim. Urim is
Same
panicked.
thing.
I don't know if you meant to get yourself panicked.
Did it say
I got it for
panicked?
you.
Oh, okay.
You clicked
I probably
the
had to-
condition on accident, I think.
Yeah. All right. Same thing.
Okay.
Mace attack and then claw attack.
Okay. You hit him with the mace for a solid hit. However, the hitting it, the kind of almost like gel-like substance that makes up his body, you realize that not all the damage goes through. He seems to have damage reduction against the bludgeoning.
Yeah. Then back it up. Claw.
And then the claw misses, unfortunately.
All right.
And he's still going. Okay. Brings us to Irian.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try and Ray Frost at a -4.
All right.
I don't know what else to do. Level 2, full caster, high, immune to mind affecting. How do I -4 this? I'm working on it. Check bonus.
Unfortunately, that misses. As firing into melee, the chaotic scramble of your allies in there makes it too hard. But you do think you're very close. You kind of like
Mm-hmm.
graze the edge of him. All right, Shirley.
I'll make an attack.
Okay. You just barely manages to avoid your hit.
I will use another point of influence to Spirit Surge.
Okay. A 17 will strike your target. So you slash him just enough for him to fall unconscious.
All right.
As his hit points now are less than his non-lethal damage. I don't know how Secret keeps doing that. She's hitting like a key or something. And then her
I'm
character
getting
moves.
what?
Every once in a while, your character just randomly moves like diagonally down several squares, and then I have to
Oh,
move them
that's
back.
because I'm like opening up things from my character sheet. I'm trying to figure out how to set. Apparently, I don't have a favored class bonus set on my class, and I can't figure out how to do it. And so I guess every time I'm popping out a sheet, so it's not like taking over the screen, it's probably causing that. So I'm just popping sheets out. So I just have a bunch of windows. But yeah, I can't seem to set my paladin as favorite class, so I'm 1 HP less than I should be.
Okay, if you hit the little details button, it looks like a pen on a piece of paper kind of icon there next to paladin. It'll open up, and then you go to the details tab from there. If you scroll down, there's a favorite class button section. And it
Yeah,
says
but I
hit point-
can't
hit
edit
point
it.
skill.
It's all red. And according to ChatGPT, that means that you have it locked to where I can't edit those fields, which is
Oh,
usually
okay.
just like a default or something. But also, it,
I put 1 in there for you for now, but
okay,
I'll try,
maybe
I'll
when
try
I
to see if I
level
can
up.
figure out yeah, I'll try to see if I can figure something out.
Okay,
Maybe it's a setting on my end I gotta change.
maybe. Cool.
Okay, so yeah, Garrett is unconscious.
Yay, unconscious. I like that. I halt everybody. I was like, don't kill it. Maybe we should.
Arbella and her friends are cowering fearfully against the wall.
Let's call them over here.
Arbella does kind of like move forward a little hesitantly.
I'll put away my weapon and I'll say, it's okay. Do you know this individual who attacked us?
Yeah, of
They're
course,
still
he-
alive, I believe.
She shakes her
Live in the
head and says,
sense.
"No, he was my ancestor, Garrett, a knight of
Yeah.
the Shining Crusade."
Maybe
Sure.
an aspect of them? Question mark. I'm still not sure what exactly this creature is. Your ancestor, you say?
She nods.
What were you guys talking about?
We were talking about the strange state that the town's been in. He was telling me it's under some sort of bewitchment, perhaps caused by the Whispering Tyrant himself, who was never truly defeated. It's just been locked away in Gallowspire. The Shining Crusade should have ended him, but they weren't able to.
Oh.
Whispering who?
Do you sup-
You know, Whispering Tyrant.
Have we heard that before?
I mean, almost anybody.
Only in whispers.
Almost anybody who lives in Last Wall would know who the Whispering Tyrant was. Like Last Wall as a country basically only exists because of containing the Whispering Tyrant within Gallowspire. Like it's kind of like a vassal of Taldor back in the old days, although now it's much more independent. Since Taldor's influence has waned in over centuries. But yeah, it's basically ran by like the Knights of Ozum, and their primary like objective basically is containing Tarbafon.
He'll say, I don't know if that's the case, but I know we're in the boneyard of and so are you. The town of I'll say Lassal.
No, it's
What is
Ross's
it?
Copper.
Yeah, Rossler's coffer seems to have been all deceased suddenly, and that's why it feels off, because you're in the afterlife.
All right, go ahead and roll a diplomacy check.
I'm going to assist and also like mention that perhaps Garrett doesn't even realize that they're
dead as
not.
well.
He's
I
not
mean, no, he knows he's
dead.
dead.
No, Garrett's not dead. Garrett's like a planar being, sorts. Who rolled the knowledge on that?
Irian's theory was that he is a planar being in much the same way as the other people that are within Ross's coffer. So, according to Irian's theory, he would actually be dead. He's like the soul of someone
Soul
who
in
used to be
between.
alive.
Yeah.
Would he be dead if he
Hasn't
was
moved
like
on.
elsewhere, but he's not dead here?
Kind of, yeah. Like That's like kind of a good way
He's
to
in
look at
between
it.
worlds right now, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, the whole thing with an outsider is in like Pathfinder is that an outsider is someone whose soul and body are like one vessel, whereas like
Hmm.
a mortal has a separate soul from their body. So
Yeah.
the people that are here in this version of Ross's Coffer, including Garrett, if Irian's like really bad roll was correct, is that
Whoa,
these
whoa,
are
the shade.
just these are basically souls of people that used to be alive. He's pretty
Hmm.
confident about that being the case for like the people here in Ross's Coffer, but he's a little less
Okay.
sure about Garrett because there is something a little different about him, but he's not sure what it is.
Garrett. Yeah. Okay.
Garrett seems more solid, for example, than everyone else.
Right. I was able to knock it unconscious.
Everyone else is much more like seems almost incorporeal.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to roll my assist. Where is it?
Yeah, anybody else like to assist?
What's the check?
What was the roll?
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Yeah, it's totally. I'm. Yeah.
Just
Screw
say,
you.
yeah, you're dead. You
It's a good
died.
thing it's not in.
Deal
I
with
think
it.
like second edition made it so if you roll poorly enough on assisting, you actually give a penalty.
Well, I would have rolled
Oh
in that case.
no.
But
But
yeah, fortunately, in first edition we don't have that roll. So, okay. She seems like a little like after a little bit of convincing, she nods and says, "No, I think what you're saying fits. I think there might be some truth to what he's saying that perhaps the whispering tyrant is involved with this as well. But I do think we are probably dead."
That is maybe something worth putting in my journal.
Yeah. You're almost saying. Obviously, something big happened for the whole town to be wiped out. And I don't know why we're any different, but for some reason we have been singled out for something else. As he points like to the party.
Yes, you're definitely different from everyone else in town.
I have a
Well,
question.
what do you need me to do?
First, before
I-
we go back to the mayor.
Yeah. Well, we were sent to like convince her, and then we wanted to talk to her about who she was talking to. But
Well, we just did that.
Well, you haven't told her to go back to the mayor.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a
Waiting to see what
question before
you
we
want
go
her to
do
do.
that. I want to know, did you speak to or meet an individual that might have come into town a couple of days wearing a mask?
A masked individual?
Yeah.
I didn't, but I think I saw her coming into town.
Okay.
But she didn't stop to talk to me.
That's all I needed to know. We have already spoken to the mayor, and the mayor agrees that something is not right, and she had pointed us in your direction. Now that we have spoken with you, would you come join us with the mayor? And
Of course.
your friends, your family?
Yeah, they're my friends.
Yes.
Come on. She looks back to her friends, her 3 friends that are staying behind her. And they go with you. And yeah, you guys make your way back towards the center of town where the mayor's office is, such as it is.
Okay. And I will seek out the mayor and let them know that we have convinced her. She agrees that something's not right. Wait, where'd my note go?
Where did your note go?
I typed in a note in the note
Oh, in the notes field.
section, and then like it just went away.
Did you hit enter?
Do I have to hit enter? Does that just
I
makes
don't
it?
know.
No, that doesn't work. Okay. I'm just toying with stuff. I don't know. Oh, it's still there now. Okay, maybe we're good.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So she says, "I'll need a little bit. We'll need a little bit of time to get the town together, but we'll hold a meeting here at the town center. It probably be in a couple hours. Feel free to rest. I'm sure. Sure. It seems like it's probably been. I mean, you got this done pretty quick, but it seems like
I
the ordeals you've gone through have. Like you seem tired to me.
rude. All right.
Yep.
I don't say that, but I say yes, we will take well-needed rest. But I do have a question for you, Mayor.
Oh, okay.
Word on the street says that a stranger came into town with a mask, and somebody had mentioned that this stranger had met with you. Given your guys' current circumstances, I would hate to put two and two together, but I would hate to also ignore this possible fact. Do you know who this stranger was?
I don't know who she was, but I was going to mention her to you.
Oh,
I'm
good.
glad you brought it up. I don't know for sure if she's connected to it, but she never gave me a name. But she was a thin woman with a strange accent that I couldn't place. I'm afraid I'm not very worldly, and she had a very foreign smell,
Mm.
like 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 a perfume that was too strong.
Mm, okay,
And she was
yes.
asking about strange appearances in here, asking if there were uh, other strangers that were visiting. Uh, and at the time, I mean, well, the only other strangers I guess we've really had in town lately have been you two. She looks at Iram and
Mm.
Cesra, and you guys
Okay.
got here
Yeah.
around the same time as she did. Really, not much earlier.
Yeah.
Or actually, I think you maybe even came in later than her. I don't know how long actually you guys have been in Roster's
Yeah.
Copper.
Like
You
a
guys might have
couple
just
days,
got
like
here.
a day. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys got here around the same time, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
But other than the three of you, we haven't had anybody from outside of town that's come through here in quite some time. Not since a bunch of the Pathfinders came through and helped clear out the temple,
I roll my eyes
which
at
is
the Pathfinders. Those little
yeah
thieves.
the old temple that I guess they're planning to reconsecrate it soon.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pathfinders do claim everything, don't they?
Well, no, they've already left, but there's some Serenites there planning to that want to rebuild
Oh.
it.
Oh, okay. Well, at
Darian would
least
know about that because he's been helping with that. That's like kind of what brought him to this town, I think.
Yeah, that was the big job.
Yeah, the temple is technically outside of Rosser's Coffer. Not very far, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I will give you time to gather everybody and I'm gonna keep my eye out for that masked individual, but I doubt they're among these souls.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll take up a rest somewhere, but up in the open and just
Okay.
wait.
Yeah, after several hours, you see like people are starting to gather into the center of town,
Mm-hmm.
and the mayor does give like gets together and says, "I," and of course, as she's explaining, like you see that there's like some people that kind of nod along. Like a lot of people are like some people are definitely like shocked, and some people will um yell out arguments. But between her and Arabella and a couple other like of the like leaders of the town, um like they're able to basically like yell back at them and convince them. And after about 40 minutes of this, like almost everybody has like collectively like come to terms with it and accept the fact that Ross's coffer has been destroyed and they are in fact dead.
See, if we had a bard, this would have been so much more fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
like, there's whatchamacallit? There's another spirit. Like, if I was channeling the spirit of a marshal, I would have had like some decent like bonuses to like charisma related stuff. But yeah, just we don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
And yeah, so then somebody broaches the question of like, well, what's next? And the
Oh.
mayor says, I think a psychopomp, one of Pharasma's servants, will come help us. But I don't know when that'll be.
Either do we, but I believe that as long as you guys have come to terms, you will go peacefully into your afterlife.
They nod.
We should maybe seek out those psychopomps that we
Yeah.
made an agreement with.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Before the bird lady.
Just head back towards the graveyard and past it into the
Yeah.
other side of the ridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know, because like what are we gonna do with Garrett? What if he wakes up and becomes a problem?
The other psychopomp, the bird psychopomp, we'll deal with him.
Like Tina?
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we got him
Yeah.
convinced long enough. It might take him a while to deconvince them, if anything. So, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna ask the psychopomp about
Basically,
him.
he's not our problem.
But I can't, like, I don't know. Like, is he gonna cause problems? Like, I can't
I don't
just
think
let him
so.
run around. We'll see. But yeah, we look for the psychopomps if we can
head back
all
towards
find
Umbul
them.
and Thoot.
Yeah.
Before you leave, though, the mayor will say, before you go, you're planning to return back to material world, right?
I hope so.
Well, I hope you can find out what happened to us and make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. Go to the Knights of Ozum. Go to Vigil and tell them what happened here. We can't let. I don't. I suspect. I suspect that perhaps the Whispering Way might be involved.
Yeah, but, like,
Lastwall's greatest
who?
enemy. I see only enemy of Lastwall I can think of that would have the power to do something like this. I fear. I shudder to think of how you'd be able to do that. He's supposed to be contained within Gallowspire, but maybe something's gone wrong, or maybe he's recruited some powerful ally or something. I don't know. This is bigger than me, but I wish you luck. Please tell the Knights of Ozum what happened, if nothing else.
We'll try to.
That's all I can ask. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Yep.
Okay. You guys head back to Umbul and Thoot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you get back and you see that they're like drawing like ritual circles and stuff. Like they're setting up the and it looks like they're pretty far along on it.
Okay. Good to know they weren't just sitting around.
You're back. I hope you
Yes.
were successful and that the people of Rosser's Coffer won't enact hostilities on us.
I
We were to
I
approach them again.
I believe they are all well under terms that they have passed away and that you guys will be coming to assist them. However, there is one individual that isn't quite like the others, and I'm not sure what exactly to do with that individual. He's look at my allies. What is he?
Well, he looks like a man.
We'll describe how, like, what the fight was like.
Did we not have a knowledge check on him? I swear to God we
Well,
did.
We did, but
but it wasn't a successful one.
Oh,
yeah.
we
He
didn't even
rolled
get a
like he
name
rolled
of
like
it.
a
Okay.
12. He rolled like a
Okay.
Yeah.
12 knowledge planes.
Okay,
And nobody
okay,
else made
okay.
the check.
Gotcha, yeah. No, I
Not only
don't.
that, and then my guy says there is another another one of you that controls a big bird with white tips. It was speaking
Oh.
to the children, saying
Oh,
that she was going to
no.
be on her way.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
She said she's on her way, or going to be on her way soon.
She's not here. She's not here already, though. Okay.
No, the bird.
That's
It was
good.
the bird talking.
McTina is, in vulgar terms, our superior. She's
Uh,
quite the potent psychopomp, and in this corner of the boneyard, it's sort of her jurisdiction. I would recommend that you, like us, just avoid attracting her attentions.
Oh, okay. I mean, so
Hey.
we should probably get out of here.
you could just point us to the bone bridge and we can get out
Yes,
of
I
this.
suppose we're prepared. I guess to answer your other question though, the strange individual you fought before, it almost sounds like he's ectophasic, perhaps, and that yes, he might have been a phantom, perhaps.
Hmm.
So it's not real.
No, he's much like the other citizens. He knows he's dead, but he shouldn't be here. We'll deal with it. Hopefully, and if we don't, then I'm sure McTina will eventually. But hopefully, we can deal with it before she gets here because she'll be most upset if we don't. Anyway,
Alright.
yes, the ritual, right? Yes, I think
Mhm.
I must ask you not pay too close of attention because we are not technically empowered to perform this bit of extra jurisdictional transposition, but we're going to do it as a favor to you. Like most things involving psychopomps, the dead roads rely on a complex bureaucracy. They're maintained by Barzak, the passage. They allow us to come and go, but creatures of non-psychopological nature, they need authorization to prevent abuse. There are specially appointed bureaucrats that control way stations along the routes, and they can offer you a stamp to pass freely. Without the stamp, things tend to be, they tend to slide off of the dead roads and land back here, hopefully. We never did locate more than a few fingers from that one poor way warden, Kelishite, who found his way in. Anyway, the route to Ross's Coffer passes 3 stations: the Palace of Teeth, a manor called Nine Eves, and Salagara's Scriptorium. You'll need to stop at all 3 to make your pilgrimage back to Lastwall, and each way station master will probably charge for a passage, but given your Popperian circumstances, I assume that they'll probably trade services. Like maybe you can do like a favor for them or something. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I guess we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep.
Now,
Anything
before
else that we should watch out for?
Watch out for McTina, but
Anything
we've covered
other
that,
than
I
her?
guess.
we're not denizens of this plane. You guys are.
Mm.
What else can go wrong?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to think. For me, these things are all so natural, but to you, they must seem unnatural.
Hmm. Is there a way that we can contact you guys later on, or?
Mm, There's probably certain magics that you might be able to use, I suppose.
We just need to
All
know
right.
their name, right?
Yeah, we just need to be stronger. But all right, I would
Yeah, I mean,
guess.
if you use like contact planar
Yeah,
entity or something like that, you
yeah.
could, I suppose.
Mm.
Where's Razak when I need him?
Yeah. Unfortunately, as a psychopomp, we never have to actually stop at the dead stations. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't know much about them other than the vaguest of details, such as, uh, the Palace of Teeth is ran by a cabal of tooth fairies.
Oh God. Tooth fairies. Ugh. Those give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I can't even fathom Barzak's reasoning behind regarding this appointment, but positions staffing the dead roads are far from coveted among my normally quite sociable kind. So I imagine pertains to a case of prolonged occupancy implying a certain element of ownership. It's my best guess.
Well,
Do you have any other questions before we do this ritual for you?
mm,
Do
where's this?
we have time to rest before this happens, or do we have to do this
Oh,
immediately?
yes, of course. Actually, it might be a good idea for you to. And it might take you a few days to traverse the dead roads. So you might want to consider foraging some food. I believe, though I'm not positive, some of the strange to you, I'm sure, plants within here do actually have berries that are edible to you, although not very satisfying to eat, apparently, from what I've been told from other mortals.
All right, and then can you point those out or tell us what
Well,
they look
we
like?
still need to finish up some materials
Okay.
here, but I can describe them to you, I suppose, and
Mhm.
there should be some around the uh, imitation of Rosser's coffer. And then as soon as this is ready, we will also need to go speak with the townspeople. We'll get you on your way first, actually. That will probably take some time. But
All right.
yes, we will do this ritual for you in we'll do it in about 12 hours if that works for you, and that will give you some time to rest up and forage some food.
All right.
So yeah, if you guys would like, you may roll a survival check to try to gather some, like, forage some berries, basically.
Hmm.
I do, but also during this time, I want to go to my hotel room and see if my stuff is there.
Okay. You go to check, and unfortunately, it is not.
Okay.
At least, if it is there, maybe the townspeople can see it there, but you can't.
Yeah.
It is not there for you, unfortunately. Okay. Setra does do a good job of foraging food, and fortunately, her and Irian kind of make up for everyone else's poor checks and actually do find
Yeah.
enough food for like other people too.
Don't worry, I will catch the mouse
Yay.
and feed it to you all.
Um,
And it's
yeah,
not because I like you. It's because
you
I
guys
need
actually
you.
effectively find enough to give you effectively 2 days worth of travel rations
Okay,
Hooray.
cool.
for everyone.
All right.
Well, we won't starve on our way back to the living.
Well, only for 2 days.
Can we die while we're here?
Yes.
Who
I
said that?
mean, we're a physical body, so.
I don't know. Do you ask like the psychopomps because they'll tell you that too?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, he'll say, well, yes, and like I said, I'm worried that McTina, for example, might decide that that is the most expedient
Yeah, her bird is on
solution
to
to your
us,
problem.
actually.
Yes, she has a number of servants of bird-like servants that are not to be confused with me. They are not. They are not so clever as I am,
Oh.
Hmm.
or as well educated.
All right.
But
Alright.
yeah, we will pick up. They'll do the they will do the ritual, and we'll do that
Mhm.
next time because it's already
All right.
Yeah.
almost 9:30.
But
So
we'll
we should
rest.
just rest ourselves.
You may go ahead and rest yourselves. Yep.
Which isn't really
Alright,
like
yeah,
Now you're
great,
channeling
but...
a new spirit.
Does anybody have healing?
I don't think
I
so.
will.
Not
I
yet.
could tomorrow,
Uh,
but not today.
okay.
Who knows what I
Boo.
might have
I have to
tomorrow?
manage my own burn. It doesn't reset.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Dang.
what I'll have tomorrow.
All right, I'll give you guys some XP.
Woohoo!
All right.
And yeah, we're moving into part 3, I guess, kind of.
Yay.
Yeah, actually, it is labeled part 3. Moving to part 3
Um,
next time. We got through part 2 in one night. Good job.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right. Well, I guess then I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
Yep. Take care, and it was fun.